second half of the show started. Put that time down. Not the bottom was the second, the next to the last. 17 hours. 5:25, 17. That's why I killed him, right? Okay.
When that light comes on, then they're hot.
Where's the on-air light? Oh, the ring. Okay.
So where do you normally do poetry?
Actually, I haven't been out in public doing poetry for a while. I probably haven't done poetry publicly in a little bit over a year. But I first started doing poetry with G and Unit 101.
Okay.
At the Gusto Lounge.
That's hot. That's hot. So now you get to see the evolution of Eulit.
Yes. Quite the evolution.
Quite the, because now we are Slam Eulit.
Right.
So I'm proud that we've been able to evolve Eulit that way. Well, Slam Eulit as a subsidiary still, you know what I'm saying? The regular Eulit still stands and may even come back as a regular open mic venue, you know, with all the stuff that, you know, you love Eulit for, the break in the middle of the open mic. So what do you think about this subject?
Right. That's one thing I really did like about it too, is that it was also a platform for discussion.
Right. So Slam Eulit, not so much the platform for discussion, it is the polished venue. You know, with Eulit being kind of discussion, I can bring my new piece, I can vent, so that needs to happen pretty soon. That needs to come on back. Turn it on. Okay, I need that help. Like, I didn't know the music was even playing yet.
It ran down the page. Even Aaron, it went down the steps of his garden. As the dew of her mouth, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion, it was there where the Lord commanded his blessings and life and evermore.
Thank you for tuning into the Gospel of Choirs, powered by the Music and More Foundation on KPRT 1590 AM in Kansas City, Missouri. During the talk show for poets, keep in mind the words expressed are strictly the opinions, views, experiences, feelings, or thoughts of the poet expressing them. They're not meant derogatively towards any persons or parties, and they are not those of the Music and More Foundation, KPRT, or affiliates. I'm Destinee. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, Sheri Hall.
Sitting amongst this crowd of saints, sharing themselves in such a way that has caused me to question myself. Their stories were full of glory and positivity. I began to wonder if there was anyone like me still struggling with thoughts of lust and perversions, having fun in my mind, entertaining myself with thoughts of who I used to be, entertaining myself silently, you know, thinking of who and what I would have done, you know, releasing a barrage of expletives for someone for doing something dumb, then beating them physically with my bare hands for something like cutting me off in traffic. An unfinished product. And I want to say that I have changed and I want to testify, but I find myself with nothing to say, as I don't want to give that I'm still breathing testament of faith. Looking around at others giving their testimonies, I began to wonder why. Why aren't I filled with as much emotion as they are with theirs? Why aren't I filled with tear-filled eyes, willfully exposing all my idiotic instances, foolish miscreant misses, moments drawn, low-pitched groans and high-pitched wails from a spirit, openly admitting to her skin's madness? It seems I'm too egotistic to truthfully purge. Gathering the nerve seems absurd, when in reality I'm going to say something I hope no one heard. Revealing innermost haunting memories of abuse in its product, and its product becoming the abuser. Perpetrating the image of a winner, but on the low, I'm a loser, user, intruder, poser in disguise. I'm tumbling my lies while I'm still making myself look like a truther. Fearful of speaking because my words won't match my eyes won't match my life. Judgment cuts like a knife, and if I get cut, will I still live as a sacrifice? Could it be that I'm too arrogant to truthfully acknowledge God in this reformation of self-proclamation of self-help, things done for selfish, because when I testified, I placed my name on high that I might be glorified. I placed my name on high that I might be glorified. I just threw God in it. You know, Honorable mentioned it. Because I saved myself. I saved myself. I did. I discontinued my smoking habit. I did. I discontinued my drinking habit. I did. I discontinued my legal sedation. Quit being a lush. I did. I willed myself to do better. I willed myself to be better. I have free will. I did this. Me, God, not you. You only have helped me because you afforded me the luxury of breathing again. Afforded me the luxury of waking up again, afforded me the luxury of thinking with a sound mind again. But if this mind is so sound, why can't I wrap my head around the fact that all this self-improvement could have been done by myself? I can testify. I can make such a spectacle about being so covered with the blood that nobody would see the incision that shows that it's really me who's bleeding and not the blood of the lamb that shows. That's really me who's bleeding from self-inflicted injuries, a hard heart, and bruised self-esteem. And I did this, God, not you. Me. Not you. Me. But I'll be found out. Somebody will find out that this blood that covers me is not the kind that heals, it just stains. Somebody will find out that this blood that covers me is not the kind that heals, it just chafes. I guess I couldn't feel the fire shut up in my bones because this flesh got in the way. I guess I can't be an ambassador for the Christ because I would will people to walk this way. Eyes on me, no Christ in sight. I cannot testify. No, not tonight. I can't testify. I already carry the load of too much blood on my hands, and I cannot carry another soul. I just wish. I just only pray that as I am sitting here amongst this crowd of the saints sharing themselves in such a way that has caused me to question myself, that somebody just like me would get up and tell me how to get over me. Tell me about how to get over my mind and what's really in it, how their lustful eye was squashed, how they don't give that emotional devotion anymore, but now how they really reach for the Spirit and how it resides inside, how He has redone the interior designs on their hearts and minds, how He found the gash, repaired the incision, and now the blood we see is the blood of Jesus. This is the one that heals. This is the one that is real. This is the one that you may have heard over and over again. The person just keeps telling it over and over again because they are so proud of what God has done for them. This is the one I need. And it's cool to hear about what God has done for you lately. You know, paid your little bills and all that. But right now, I need to hear how God kept you safely from harm. I need to hear right now how to be healed, sealed in deliverance. I need the testimony where God is truly glorified, that I may learn to walk in the glory because I am in need of assistance. And with that, we bring you into the Gospel of Poets. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Oh, Lord Jesus. I had to close my eyes and bite down and make it through that poem. Lord, phone going off, stuff, notifications going. I'm looking around, things moving around. Like, look here. Let me tell you something about ministry, all right? When everything is moving around you, that's the time that you're supposed to press in. When everything is moving around you, don't just get up and give up and move away and be like, okay, maybe it's not the time. No, it is the time. It is the time. It's time right now for you to be healed. Somebody needs to hear something that you're saying. Even when you feel like everything is going on around you and you're not mattering, somebody is paying attention. I'm just saying. Press in. And that is my soapbox moment. Anywho, the Gospel of Poets is live and direct. I got poets to the left of me, poets to the right of me. What? And today... Should I say it?
Don't say it.
Should I say it?
Go ahead.
I said it! Slam you ladies in the building! Woo-hoo! What? So, I'm going to tickle your ear gates with some of our Kansas City's finest Slam You Lit members. Now, as I told you last month, there was going to be this big final knockdown, drag out competition at the Westport Coffee House. Bing, bang, boom, bing, bang, boom. It happened just like that, too.
Balls were thrown.
Bing, bang, boom. Bowls were thrown, tables was flipped over, you know what I'm saying? Folks were swinging from the rafters. There was chairs everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Earrings, weave and stuff, just going. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
Crazy.
But in the midst of all of that, 5, count 'em. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 conquerors came out. And they were RV the Poet,
Yes, sir.
Sherry Purpose Hall, Brandon Amazing Wilson, Trey Newman, and Hypocrisy. These 5 members, your superheroes, Kansas City, compose the squad of Slam You Lit. You like that composure,
I like that.
don't you?
I like it.
You like that? You like squad
Squad.
of Slam You Lit. You gotta bring that out from the depths.
Yeah, 'cause
From
it sounded
the
like it came
guts.
from somewhere.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was deep.
You know, it gotta
Can I hear it again?
reside
Do
in
it
your
one more time.
spur area.
Do it one more time for me. Okay.
Squad Slam You Lit. All right. You go. Bring that on back smooth, you know. We have a lovely, 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 lovely Slam Master. We have lovely people working with us. And you know what? We have pages. We have information out there for you to be able to donate, to help, to sponsor, to send this team to nationals in Oakland, California in August. Nationals. On the national stage, where even international teams come to compete.
It's like the NBA of poetry.
Boom. Bam.
Just like that.
Boom. You know, I said it was a knockdown, drag out up in here, you know what I'm saying? But, I ain't even gonna compare it to that Mayweather Pacquiao fight because,
That was a fight.
let's say the Thriller in Manila.
I'm like, that was
Yes! Thriller in Manila. Okay, it's gonna be like that deal, you know what I'm saying? 72 teams gonna head up to see who is the best on top. So, you do not want to miss an opportunity to help your city be well represented. I'm just saying. I'm going to post that information out there. We're going to talk more about it. But guess what? I got a room full of people. Is it a room full of people?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a room full of people. Y'all sound like y'all ain't here with me.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. It's a room. It's a party. You know what I'm saying? Take the plastic off your couches if you haven't already. You know what I'm saying? The peeps is rolling through. You need to make us comfortable. We won't sweat everything up. So, anywho. Stop it. So, we have some unruly people here also. Some of which you've heard before. Anywho. I have a poet to the left of me that is beautiful and lovely. Her skin is like radiating light right now, and I keep looking at it, right? Because I done told you, it don't crack. So, it don't. Hey, of all ages, it don't. So, she has these beautiful dreads, freshly twisted. They gotta be fresh, honey.
They're fresh.
Look at it.
Hey, it looks
Beautiful.
nice from the back, too.
Okay.
Shout out to Destinee over at the Sass Parlor. Thank you for hooking me up.
Hey, Destinee. Her work is nice, y'all. Support, support, support. So, her name is Chris. And she emerged onto the scene with You Lit. So, You Lit, you know, active since 2003. And then here we have the evolution of You Lit to Slam You Lit. You know, things have grown. That you know, when you know you're being prosperous, when you know you're growing, when you know you've planted a seed, you know, that's going somewhere, that's growing into a poetry, boom. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. So how does it feel to see this stuff, you know, because you were a part of that?
I was a part of that. And it feels really, really good to see you evolve into such an amazing venue for the veteran poets and also for the young and upcoming poets. It's a very good feeling.
And we were talking a little bit before the broadcast started about the actual ULIT. ULIT is a little different than Slam ULIT. Slam ULIT, that is the performance, the knockdown, drag out. We going heads up, and you earning stripes really on that mic. But you also are earning stripes at ULIT because ULIT, number one, urban literation. There is a component there where you take a break from all poetry and say, hey, so this is what's going on now in the world today. What books have you read? What do you think about this issue? And that is important because it has given birth to a lot of the poets, a lot of the activists that you see out there today. So how did that help shape you?
Man, that's really kind of a difficult question to answer because there's so many different things going on in the world, and I find myself affected by all of them, from police brutality to things that are happening overseas to things happening right here in our neighborhood to very small things of children and how I see children talking to each other. So that's kind of a hard question for me to answer because it all affects me. It all has an effect on me. And really, I just want to see us as a people and as a community just grow and get better. And what other way to do that than through the power of words and poetry?
That is, something you hit on there is something that I think about often, having 4 children, you know what I'm saying? Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Yeah. We'll come right on back to that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got this whole broadcast, you know what I'm saying? Anywho, having 4 children, and I see the way they talk to each other, and my husband and I literally be going off like, wait a minute, and I don't know that children these days even recognize the level of disrespect sometimes because of our colloquialisms. Because of what has become so common for us to say.
Absolutely.
One of the phrases that I hated for real, like hated. Yeah, you ain't supposed to say hate on gospel radio, whatever. One of the phrases I hated was where people would be like, kill yourself. Like, literally? For real? What? Wait a minute. Hold up. You playing though, but we got people who got real problems with suicidal tendencies. Yes. Say kill yourself to the wrong person.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And then this whole deal of bullying and whatnot, say, put it in writing. Kill yourself. Put it in writing, because they'll do it. Hashtag kill yourself.
Absolutely. And with that, I think children are very important to the success of our future, even as adults, because we live on through those children. And so using poetry as a venue to communicate, we have to be, as poets, very conscious of the words and the energy that we're putting out because they are listening.
Beautiful. So while we on the subject of energies, what you got for us?
Well, I have a piece that, this is actually the very first piece that I ever wrote. When I very first stepped onto the mic on the ULIT stage.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, first tell the people how they can reach you, where they might want to get in touch with you. You never know who's listening, because someone may reach out and say, hey, who was that? Not you, girl. I mean, we hear you every week. But the girl who came on right after you, she was dope. So how do they reach you?
Well, my name is Christina, also known as Chris K, also known as Miss Chris, also known as A Precise One, also known as Precise. You can catch up with me on Twitter at Chris K. At My Mind's Way. You can also reach me at mymindsway.com.
Okay. Let me put that in there. Hold up. Because, let me put this on out there. My Mind's Way.
My Mind's Way, yes.
.com. Chris K. About to be spitting on the mic. Look at God, won't he do it? Yes. Go ahead and share that energy with us.
Yes, and so this piece is really a reflection, thinking of myself as a black woman, thinking of myself just as myself in general, and dealing with all the complexities of life. Also just thinking of the earth and how we take her for granted. Why do they hate me so much? Is it because I'm capable of doing things they would never be able to do? It might be news to you, but I am a goddess, warrior, survivor, and queen. Malignancies of enemies can never take my power. I hold the key and devour the wicked like a gaping black hole. The secrets of my soul go on for infinity, phenomenally gifted and kissed by the sun, a precise one, perfectly formed in the image of individualistic wholeness. Your summer solstice heat is increasing to engage you in my rhythm. I am Mother Earth, I give them life, and I give birth to all of the nations. In me is the root germ of all civilizations. My truth, no denying my task, multiplying and producing while introducing you to heaven and life in this womb of triple darkness. It's where you'll find the light and your immortality. Why do they hate me so much? I'm Suheru Ankapata. I am the first wisdom teacher with the proper serums for your cerebellum to reach you and tune you up to a higher frequency. Animalistic tendencies do not rule my night. Negativity will not hinder my flight. I continue to soar. And when this world is no more, I will always be. The energy never dies. In me lies the root germ of all civilizations. I give birth to all of the nations. I am Mother Earth.
All right.
Yeah.
I really like natural personification pieces and where people do speak as the earth, because as man, God gave us dominion over everything here. And a lot of times we don't hold up our end of the responsibility. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Ashe.
Thank you.
What?
Brandon Amazing Nelson, how you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Why did I know I was gonna pull that crap out
Why
of
did
him?
you sound just like you do
And that's things I can't say publicly. Now,
All I'm gonna say is I am one very tired amigo, but I'm here and I'm happy to be amongst my family and my friends right now. I am so blessed. How's everybody doing today?
good. So, how do you feel about this whole squad slam you lit movement?
I'm just gonna be real honest. I might not be showing it, sound like it right now, but I am one of the most excited members on this squad. I have been a part of ULIT since 2005 is where I grew up. I got all my stripes there. My mentor, Bonafide G, I'm just gonna say that man has been probably one of the best friends I could have ever asked for, but he was also one of the toughest mentors I could have ever had the chance to be under. So now, being under this particular wing of Slam ULIT, matter of fact, let me say that right, Slam ULIT,
Yeah.
and it feels so good because I get to be with my po bros and my lyricists. Yes. That copyright is by Brandon the Artist Nelson. Please do not use that. There will be infringement charges. Anyway, I'm joking.
Your shins are in jeopardy. I done already told Stacy. Rhymes in the back, his shins was in jeopardy. Yours is about to be in jeopardy. And I do kick shins when people are unruly.
So I decided to surprise the host today.
I'm standing up.
Because she has been my lyricist, and anybody that knows me knows that my family gets the spoiled treatment of being able to experience the love and the cooking of my mother. So, yeah.
You brought some Denise Nelson originals.
Yes. Cough it up, Ed. And this is the new cake she's been working on. This is cream cheesecake, I believe. Yeah, cheesecake cream. Cake.
Woo!
So,
Are you sharing?
Where's everybody?
If y'all have never been able to hear a person turn red on the radio, let me just tell you this right now. All that you hear right there, right now, that's nothing but God and Jesus.
That is the Lord.
Working.
In my
Because
spirit
Sheri
area.
is as red as the numbers on the clock I'm looking at. Yes, Lord.
I say he's leaning in my direction.
Hallelujah.
I got cake. Ladies and gentlemen in Radio Land, first of all, I want to thank all the little people that helped this moment happen. Because I have cake. Okay, so my co-bros love me. Okay.
This is a cake award show.
It is. I have to bring thanks. You know, my brother, mentor, Ed Spoken Vision Rollins, over there in the red shirt, teasing me about being a cake award show, and it is. I do feel genuinely gifted anytime, especially a Denise Nelson original. Yes, Jesus, it's authentic. Y'all know about Denise Nelson, but you shall soon know hereafter. Anywho, what you got for me?
Well, I've been trying to save some of my voice and save some poetry for His Will that's coming on May 15th.
May 15th.
May 15th.
May 15th.
Be there.
What date was that?
May 15th.
Where?
The Loft, 1611 Oak.
1611 Oak.
Yes, I'll be
At the
there.
loft. $10 at the door.
Yeah.
Doors open at 7:30.
Starts
The
at
show
8.
begins promptly at 8 o'clock.
Gonna knock it out.
Right.
Knock it out.
Right. So, by 2007, I didn't realize I was going to go through some things while I was in ULIT. So the last poem I ended up writing, actually, I think became the very first poem that ever really meant something to me. And I always say it's the poem that when things get real tough, I do it because it reminds me of just how much God has kept me, how much it means the world to me to be able to get on stage and present something that comes from my heart and it touched someone else. So I want to present to you this poem. I wrote these words. Because I've been writing poetry for a little while now. I've seen quite a few ups. I've experienced many downs. I've made friends. I've come out with enemies. I've tested the limits of my mind with my soul running on empty, and yet I'm still here. I am still here writing away my years in exchange for tears, those we shed the blink of happiness and those that come at the brink of darkness. As I be honest in saying, I get so caught up in faces that the world I exist as can become spaceless and my words end up misplaced. My poetry ends up a face fest. So busy writing words to make fingers snap and hands clap, I might as well be every whack rapper that has come out and rap. But the many times I found myself caught up in the rapture of my own mess because the words weren't pure. Because the stories I was telling was from my frustrations and not my love. Because the fame poets gain is an addictive drug, and I felt like I had glued my nose to a stink hole, important everyone's input, never really being happy with my own. And yeah, I know all my demons ain't gone, but guess what? It feels good to be home. Is it's like bliss when the words start to talk to me again? Because we've been fighting so long, I almost forget we friends. Or better yet, I'm that father struggling just to raise his kids because they should never have to know what child support is. Or a teacher that is pleading to his students to understand why these days education is only the opening of the game plan, but what you do with it determines where you go. So that nobody, not mama, your daddy, your boys, them haters ever tell you to stop at the first no. So I wrote these words for you. That you who hates turning to the news and finding another issue, but that you that's been praying in the street lights with a box of tissue, or maybe you just can't get through melodies and those words not hit you. For the you that gets to a mic and forget your words on a miscue. See, I write these words for those whose talent doesn't allow them to say what they feel creatively. For that little 16-year-old girl who's birthed the baby mistakenly, I wrote these words for you. And I wrote these words for you because I'm writing for that kid that thinks about bringing a gun to school. I know that feeling, I've been there too. But a person who proclaims the world does not understand what you're going through. These words are for my friends, Nathan, Larry, DeMarco, Brandon, Jay, Chantrell, Tanisha, and Alicia. Every friend I've lost in this rat race, for the Jesus I pray when it's all over, I get to see his face. For my grandmother that remains a shine in my eye, for my mother who taught me to never say die, for my brother that sits in Leavenworth right now will never understand again what it means to be free, and my father, because I used to hate him for 28.5 years, but he's my friend now because it was him not being there that serves the best lesson ever taught me to this day. I never understand why God chose to make me a poet, but my heart is his and he knows it. Despite the robe roadblocks that's been laid my way. Despite who remembers what I said at the end of the day, these words fall from the pen of someone usual. Someone just trying to find his way on the road to renewal. So all that failure I've been enduring, I just use it as fuel. Because no matter what you think, this life ain't for me, it's for them. And I wrote these words for you.
Yeah.
So, about that. With our now travels, what we're going to be doing at Slam You Lit, I'd like you to explain a little bit more about maybe how it's more than a competition.
The best way I can say it is like this. We learn in what we do that iron sharpens iron. And there's such a beauty that we are so used to saying, it's about the art, it's about the art, it's about the art. But the thing is, we have to strengthen ourselves to be like iron. But how can iron ever be as sharp as it can be if we don't stand up and go amongst our brothers and sisters in other parts of the world and not only be able to congregate, but also be able to go against each other? That granted, we might not be able to have the same views, but there's no reason why we can't learn from one another. That just because you're on this side of the fence doesn't necessarily mean that I stop loving you because I'm on the other side of the fence. Poetry slams, a very beautiful thing about them is that, yes, we're getting ready to go to war. We are getting ready to put to use a whole lot of frustration, a whole lot of beauty, and a whole lot of ugly, depending on your circumstance. And then when we are finished, be able to look your fellow poet in the eye and say, hey, I want to thank you. Hey, thank you, because you just don't know your story is my story. So a poetry slam for us, it might be a competition for you, but for us, it's a family reunions. And it's time for us to eat. And I think it's time to Slam You Lit bring some barbecue to the festivities.
All right, because Kansas City needs to show up.
Yes, Lord.
All the sauce. Anywho.
All that.
But just to explain to you a little bit what slam poetry is, what you hear us do on the air every second Saturday every month at 6:00 p.m. Same place, same time. KPRT Gospel Poets. Shameless plug. Anywho, what you hear us do here is spoken word. And you know what? Sometimes it may run, a spoken word piece may run 5 minutes. May run 6 minutes, may run 1 minute, 2 minutes. And, you know, those words are from the heart. But when you approach the stage and slam, it's spoken word in that you are giving performance with the words. And like I normally like to explain it that I write a poem. The poem becomes its own person. It is separate from me. When I approach a microphone, in my ministry of spoken word, I pick up the poem and I put it on as a garment. And I wear it for you. And I wear it the best way I know how, with all of the accessories and accompaniments that go with it, to accurately convey and share a message with you that is trying to be said through that poem. So, you may learn and you may be enlightened. And again, I don't have to agree with you.
Right.
But what we can stand on is the common ground of poetry and say, I understand you. I may not like you. I may not like it. I may not like what you said. But you conveyed your point to me.
Right.
And that is really what we are judged on during a slam.
A great analogy of that is each individual soul coming together for one common goal. And that is to bring light to the darkness in the way that it's been given to them. It's bearing your soul on paper in 3 minutes in front of a massive audience. So you have 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
To bear your soul of what you have written and for it to touch millions in 3 minutes. So you're touching thousands in 3 minutes. You're bearing your soul on this paper, and your paper is your heart. So that's where it's written for.
So when you invite a poet maybe to come speak at your church, when you invite a poet to come into your school and say, teach our children XYZ, What you're really asking us for is not only to teach them poetry, a literary device, but you're asking us to also teach them effective communications. And that's a lot of us are mentors. So not only do we do this on stages and do this with each other, we go teach children. And we're involved with other organizations. So this is a very powerful tool that we are taking across the nation. And I just wanted to make sure you understand that. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to take a brief break.
I'm so sorry.
I had a chair, so I feel you. I had a chair.
I'm bringing this nice to meet you.
That's what I said. I got a chair over here.
Y'all in support?
Yeah, y'all can.
This is
Are y'all also poets?
no,
What are we speaking about?
While we are on break, you might as well taste that cake.
Well, like, I want to know, like, you knew the whole team was going to be here, right? Okay, brother, get a crumb.
Do you know how much I had to love you the other night to give you that breast from Popeyes?
Yeah, thank you, said Popeyes. What did we just hear? Like,
Support?
yeah.
You got this. You got the whole
Sheri,
squad.
Sheri.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
We're about to go on and...
So I have a guest here today who has been here before, and what is so beautiful to me, last time she came, she brought a support system that was out of this world. Ladies and gentlemen, your local artists, your local ministries, and especially poets, because this is a ministry of words, we need your support. We need supporters. We need people who love us to put their arms around us, and a support system that's not just support system of yes men, but a support system that'll say, you might want to consider. You know, a support system that will pray for you, that will help you, that will love you, that even when you stumble and when you fall, that will still be there and will not shake their finger and head at you, but will say, okay, get on up. Come on. And let's go ahead and walk this thing out together. We need a support system. And I think it's so beautiful. You have, again, brought your support system. I love you for that.
She has nice hair, too.
She has
You know what I'm
beautiful
saying? Dope.
curl pattern. I ain't even got to the description yet. So, she got on this purple shirt, y'all, that's like beautiful.
What is that, velvet?
Stop it. Stop it now. I am doing the description.
I better do a
Your
description.
shins are they're in jeopardy.
That's why I'm standing up.
Hit the shin. Okay. Anywho, her curl pattern is like dope. And it's beautifully defined. I need to know what kind of juices and berries is in there. But she has beautiful teeth also. Completely natural face. No makeup on it. Just gorgeous and glows and radiates. You know, I like to make y'all think that y'all in here with me. So can you see it? She is a beautiful cocoa brown. Cocoa brown. Beautiful girl. Shapely woman. Positive woman. And very mannerful as well. Just polite and set back. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
So tell the people how they can reach you. Tell them who you are. Say all that good stuff before we get down into the other stuff.
I'm Destinee Smith from Winsville, Missouri. I'm a poet. Started writing poetry, I would say, when I was 5. And as I got older, I started doing poetry in St. Charles, Missouri. SIS mentoring program. Jenna Marie Gamble was my mentor. Came up here to Kansas City, wanted to get my work out there. Got a call from Desiree Rogers. Purple Rose was right back on the scene. And by the way, Purple Rose is my name, meaning enchantment, and I have hope. Purple Rose means enchantment, meaning love at first sight. So when you hear my poetry, you will fall in love without the spite. I guarantee that.
Hey now. Hey now.
I like that.
Hey now.
That was nice right there.
And
I need a tagline myself.
Yeah, I can't even be mad. I'm impressed right now.
Put it down.
That got me laughing.
I just did it because I was following Brandon.
Yeah.
You'll have to know later.
Okay.
And I just, my poetry is just one of the biggest things that has saved my life. I can express myself in so many ways and just reach out to people. And of course, I got my support, you know, and I love them all. And I'm hoping to have, you know, many fans and more support along the way. And I'm thankful for being here.
Well, thank you for coming once again. Thank you for sharing once again. Thank you for just bringing your support system once again. You know what? It feels good. You know, you may not know what the studio looks like. It's a relatively small room. But when the room is filled with love, it doesn't feel small.
Amen.
It's very comfortable. So thank you for bringing them. And what have you been doing lately?
Moving out the school because, yeah, college is over. It's summer break.
Hey!
Yeah.
Let's get it on.
So have you written any new material lately? What else have you been working on artistically?
I've been working on a new style of poetry, shortening it up, getting some more feelings in there, learning to use words that can start in the beginning and have a better expression. That way you get at the end of my poem, and before you get to the end, you already in tears, or you already feeling that feeling of, oh my God, I can relate to this. Like, she's really speaking to me. She's telling me exactly how I'm feeling. In reality, I'm feeling that same way.
So the way that you're working on your poetry right now is more of how to affect the audience. You're still conveying your message,
Yes.
but you're wanting to be more effective with the audience within an emotional connection.
Yes.
That is a beautiful way to work on the art. Lately, I can say that I have been working on my editing process. And I probably go back to working on this maybe once a year because I need, you know, the editing process can be long for me. And you know, you guys know, you hear me every month, edit your stuff, do the full process, because especially if you're writing from a place of pain, go through the process. Go through the process. I promise you, it's worth it. So that is a unique way to approach it, though. You're not necessarily saying, oh, I'm going to kill him with this. It's not that. It's that you're working on it from a place of connection. Okay. All right. Let's test this out. Go ahead and give us some of that.
Even the strongest winds couldn't sweep me off my feet. Fluttered and impressed to deplete forever walls of an uninvited company. Traveled into the backward future, gut feelings. Public display of jungled up feelings, positively heartfelt with tender phalanges caressing wounded parts, counting dispirited findings on cinched truths, faking. Locating on equality, provoking weakness, I tumble with humanity, point blank, MIA, dusted, no period. Crusted and crisp with exterior donative. Explicitly counting on the exact lactated. Gaining the fictional ability to turn the tame on chaos, directed by mahogany. Charisma forming double organs in my windows to my soul. Isolated in many pain to defend the passion. Those telltale signs teasing me the person that's not destiny. Deep attraction satisfying my quantity in scars and moans. Empty but full encouragement. Building tall sculptures in minds beholding. The new generation in images we are led in faith, reality. Praying for teaching of them. Providing the challenges untold, seeded futures, blooming, tainted, hopeful, of changes taken by yesterday, united, uniquely, untitled, well known, gave up negativity to capture face, walking beyond my ability to move forward with my tomorrow and not my today. Flawless.
Okay.
All right now.
What we do,
I'm
we
getting
also
that.
do education here. It's cool. You're good. What we're going to do, I'm going to read this very, very short poem. And what you're going to do, you're going to take a chance to step back, collect yourself, breathe. Because you're working on this. So I'm going to work on this with you. You're going to collect yourself. You're going to breathe. You're going to sit up all the way straight. You're going to open up your diaphragm. And you're going to be confident in these words because you are the boss of these words. And you're going to read this poem again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to read this poem. And then you're going to read that poem.
Okay.
And it's very short.
Okay.
So this poem was written from a place I was angry. Well, not so much angry. You know, I'm always angry. But I'm not always angry.
She was mad, yeah.
No, I wasn't real.
That was the day.
They know what angry poems sound like. This one ain't real romantic.
Yeah, this is just angry.
This ain't radio worthy when I'm angry. So, the picture, the picture that they had out there all over, splayed all over the doggone place. You know, the video of the woman going upside her son's head.
So much we can say on this topic.
There's so much, you know, from both sides. And I'm not here to judge her. I will not judge her. I'm a mother just like her. I don't sit in the judgment seat.
Right.
However, these are the feelings that I got after that. And if you wonder who Margaret Sanger is, get at me. So,
She done been everywhere.
Sanger's Nightmare Realized, The Procreator's Resolve is the name of this poem. I will not mother my child for you. Have them to stand straight, uncover their faces, march in a straight line for you. I will not keep them off these streets for you, nor will I suppress their anger for you. No, not for you. After all, you have never for me. That's the end of that piece. Kind of made me, you know. So take that however you feel it. As a matter of fact, you know, give me feedback. Whatever you feel on that subject, holla at us. We may need to have that conversation next month. But right now, we're going to come back.
This is what I'm going to give you before you start.
It's my mentor.
You are only as good as the belief with the words on the paper. If you have no belief in the words on the paper, they won't believe you. Amen.
Yeah.
Because everything, you got to look at it. Even Christ created the earth with belief. But it wasn't manifested until he spoke. But he already saw it.
Yeah.
So the belief was there. So his belief matched up with his words. That's why words are so important. That's why words are so powerful, because it's your belief with your words bearing your soul is a triune effect. It'll do what it's set to do, and your words will never come back void.
Amen. You are privy to a live on-air mentoring session, mind you. It gets down like this sometimes. So
Trust me, the people that got it worse than that outside.
I want you to believe, I want you to be confident, and I want you to say those words. And if you need to slow down and enunciate with crispness, because I mess up sometimes too. I fumble with my crispness, and I want to enunciate.
Words.
Yeah.
So you ain't by yourself. The thing about it is you're not by yourself in this room. Every poet can attest to that. I don't care who they are. No poet can ever tell you that they did not mess up in important times and in non-important times. You see what I mean?
I messed up in the middle of slam finals. First round, I'm doing my poem for finals, a competition. I lost my words and just told the whole audience, I'm sorry, I forgot my words, and I sat down. So
He did.
and look where I'm at now, though. And I said it to say this, I'm still going.
Yeah.
So it's like, take your words, own it.
That's where this iron.
Don't you ever walk off.
Yeah.
Don't you never do that. You'll never do that.
If I would have been there, I would have snatched it. But here's the thing. This is where we really mean that iron sharpens iron. You know what I mean? Because the understanding of this, if no one is willing to take criticism or constructive criticism, you're never willing to grow. And if you're never willing to grow, why talk to you? You see what I mean? Why pour in if there's a leak? You see what I mean? To where it's gonna go in and what I say or what someone's gonna say is just gonna trickle out and there's no information given. That's what true iron is. True iron is realizing that what's going to be said to me, there's going to be a solid foundation to where I'm going to soak in that information and it's never going to leave me again.
Right.
And trust me, I have been scolded way more intense than you. And it's not scolding, it's constructive criticism. Right. Because I love the words. I closed my eyes because I was listening to your description. So I closed my eyes to get where you were. You see what I mean? So that's the piece. So I'm looking forward to it.
So respect yourself as iron.
That's exactly what you are.
Amen.
All right. Destiny Smith, y'all. Excited.
D. Smizzy. He got a name. Incorporation.
Even the strongest winds couldn't sweep me off my feet. Flattered and impressed to deplete forever walls of uninvited company. Traveled into the backward future, gut feelings. Public display of jungled up feelings. Positively. Heartfelt with tender phalanges caressing wounded parts. Counting dispirited findings on cinched truths. Faked it. Locating no quality, provoking weakness. I tumble with humanity. Point blank. MIA. Dusted no period. Crossed and crisp with exterior no donative. Explicitly counting on the exit lactated. Gaining fictional ability to turn the tame on chaos, directed on mahogany. Charisma forming double organs in my windows to my soul. Isolated in passion to defend those telltale signs, teasing me, the person, not destiny. Deep attraction satisfying my quantity in the scars of moans. Empty but for encouragement. Building tall sculptures in minds. Beholding the new generation in images we are all led in faith, reality. Praying for teaching of them. Providing the challenges untold. Seeded futures blooming, tainted and hopefully of changes. Taken by yesterday, united, uniquely, untitled, well known. Gave up negativity to capture faith. Walking beyond my ability to move forward with today and tomorrow. Flawless.
Yes.
Yeah. There it is.
Yes.
There it is.
Yes.
You lit. There it is.
Keep workshopping that. Keep working that. Keep working it. Keep working it. Because it works. And you keep coming back because you believe that it works. So keep working it. Now, I have a poet to the right of me. His name is Darrell, music made Dixon, also known as RV the Poet, and my po-bro from Slam Unit.
You lit?
What? Hey now.
What's up?
But it's dope.
What's up?
Yes, I did give you guys, and he was out here last month. You know what I'm saying? Did y'all miss him? Because he's back.
I missed
You missed him. Here he goes.
When I grew up, I want to do poetry too.
Stop it, Ed. Yeah.
Okay, so this piece that I'm gonna do for y'all, actually it was inspired by P4CM.
They'll be here Saturday, Friday, September 25th.
Yeah, I was watching one of their poems on YouTube, and they had a poem that they did. It was a 2-part poem, and it was like they was interacting. It was a conversation between each other, and it was so educational and heartfelt that it inspired me to write one of my own. And this poem is called "The Talk," and it's a conversation between man and God. And I hope it gives you an enlightenment. I hope you're blessed. And it goes like this. So it starts off with every conversation. Man will look up and say, why? Why me? Why must I walk through this shadow of shame and every day of my life be filled with so much pain? I mean, am I not your child? Have you forgotten my name, or am I so far in my flesh that just like the rest, I'm too faulted to even be saved? Is my only true mission just to live for the grave? I mean, I'm tired. I feel like a car in a race that's caught a flat tire. See, I am useless. My whole life has no means. It's chaotic is what it is. It's no peace. I need peace. Cause where have you been, huh? I've been waiting for you. Countless hours, days, and night have I cried and prayed your name, but you weren't in sight. Lord, with all my might. I am trying to refrain from cursing your name, but see, my life has been hell, so you can't even say the same, but I guess I'm to blame. I mean, I will admit, it was faults in my soul, and my prayers did waver, but it doesn't change the fact that you played the stranger, so you left me alone. But see, the Lord will respond and say, I shall never leave thee nor forsake thee. See, I was always there for you. You can't even imagine the burdens I bear for you. See, I care for you. Even though your faith has shifted, and a little bit of conviction came with it, but never once have my grace been lifted. See, you don't get it. I chastise my own, but don't get me wrong, I heard every cry and plead of your songs, but believe me when I say you truly haven't tasted what it means to be alone. See, your weeping may endure through the night, but your joy comes in the morning. But see, man will respond, morning is all I seem to do these days. I mean, why must I suffer if the price been paid? I mean, I find it strange that the one who curse your names and doubt your ways, it seems to me that they got it made. See, I try to walk your word, but it has no benefit, and it's almost the saying, forgive me, my God, but it's like my praises become counterfeit. But then God will say, what is it for you to gain the world just to lose your soul? Can't you see from the womb you've been chose to fulfill a perfect purpose? But how could that be if your journey's been worthless? See, what you have on earth is nothing compared to what I have in store for you. So your riches may be few because I want so much more for you. But see, we selfish and we'll say, so what are you saying? Me getting an outfit, driving a whip, rocking a chain, that's bad, that's a sin. And God will say, no, but understand I've been whipped for that whip. I've been chained down so you will never be chained again, and all I ask in return is to be your friend. I'm not saying the one that will snicker behind your back, but the one that will step in and defend when the enemy attacks. You decrease your flesh, and you fast, you pray, you wait, and let me do the rest. See, let my will be done. But we'll ask him like, God, what is your will? And then he'll say, my will is clear that you haven't read it, because it's my will that I left for you to inherit all the things in heaven. It's because of my will you broke that contract you had with death. My will is the reason you breathe your very next breath. My will gave you eyes for greater things to see. It's because of my will that you can do greater things through me. So I'm here to say that we can all do all things through Christ to strengthen us. Thank you.
Yeah. That's my dude right there. Let me tell you something. He was like, look, skip on small talk. We've been talking for an hour. Let me spit this. For real, y'all didn't see him. By myself.
No, I ain't do all that. It's the power of them dreads right there. That's what it is. Like,
there is power.
Got that
In the name of
strength,
Jesus.
like something 30.
Won't he do it?
But you know what? I am proud to have this person with me on the team. You know what? I am blessed. I'm blessed that I have a team that I can work with, that I am on. First of all, that I made the team, because I didn't have a voice when I was competing at all.
She killed it though, y'all. Killed it. Man.
I guess without a voice.
Made the team.
I did make the team.
You see what I'm saying? That's
but
all
I'm blessed
that
to
matters.
have people that I can work with. That we are a praying team, y'all. We can pray together. We can sup together. We can act a fool together. Mm-hmm. And we have our own little inside jokes.
Right.
So
we ain't even gonna, we ain't gonna get into all that though.
Giant sword. So, you know, it is a blessing, and this journey is going to be a blessing. And with that, I want to encourage you to support us. If you want to find out how to give us support, go to our page. But in our last 2 minutes, I want to make some announcements. And before I do that, my mentor, my ace, my dog, the dude who be acting crazy and stuff, I'm going to kick him in his shin because he finally sat right beside me.
Rats, what did I do that for?
And Shonda ain't here, so I can punch you in the arm too. Ed Spoken Vision Rollins, the founder of His Will, For His Will, in the game, longest running Christian open mic,
Trying.
Black Poets Collective member. There at the opening of ULIT.
Man.
He's poetry history and still currency. How you do that? Like, he here and now and was then there. What you doing? And he still look young, too. It don't crack. I'm trying to tell you. Tell us about this show.
Yo, this show is going to be amazing. Actually, we got amazing featuring. So, that's
amazing.
You know what I'm saying? That's helping it. But we got my boy Sauce Remix is going to be in the building. Hip-hop artist, bringing his live band. It's going to be an epic show, man. Telling everybody to come out, enjoy it. Actually doing a competition. He spoke about P4CM. They will be here Friday, September 25th, in the building along with Jonathan McReynolds. So we're doing a competition to allow someone a 5-minute slot. So come out that night, sign up on the open mic so we can just let you know where we're going and what we're doing. 1611 Oak. That is 1611 Oak, downtown Kansas City. Doors open at 7:30. Show starts at 8. I am on time, not CP, on me. And it's $10 at the door, so please support it. We need you. We love you. Great to see you. Can't wait to see you in the building.
And that's the voice of the founder. How many times do you hear the voice of a founder of something? You know what I'm saying? He didn't send the henchmen and the other folks. He didn't send me, because I am one of the people he be sending. He came himself to announce that. So you people want to be there. You want to support Slim You Lit. Support the Music and More Foundation. We have our Facebook page.
Man, this dude is everywhere.
Everywhere. And he supports everyone else.
So we got to support, man.
So support us.
It's huge.
And now it's time to say goodbye. Oh no.
Goodbye.
Now it's time to say goodbye.
Back on your couches. Clean up the popcorn.
Y'all didn't bring us no pizza.
Stop it. Cake. We love you. My name is Sheri Purpose Hall. Find me www.spokenpurpose.com. And this has been the Gospel of Poets you've tuned into. Tune in next month, 6:00 p.m., June 13th. Same time, same place. KPRT 1590. Thank you and be blessed.
Real?
I was digging it.
She had to text me like, where you at? I said, I'm on the radio. She called me, I said, I'm on the radio. She's like, everybody at the radio.
She was texting me, it was 6 o'clock. And I'm like, baby, and then I started saying the poem, and I got rattled because a whole bunch of text messages came through my phone, and it's vibrating. I'm like, so I done skipped like 8 stanzas.
Like, I don't even know
I skipped like 8 stanzas of the poem, like.
I'm telling you, that's crazy. I was like, that's so crazy.
Sher, how long have you been doing poetry?
Well, I've been writing since I was 7. Stop it. But I did start doing spoken word in 2004, just mildly. But like I said, made a life change. Ran into this cat here at his show in 2006, and he kind of just brought me into the fold, even though I sucked at the time. But I was a good writer, though.
Right.
I just didn't have the.
But can you mentor me, brother?
Mentors are needed.
Mentors are important, man. I'm just going to tell you like this.
He gets my business tight. He done mentor me in hosting and even names and, you know, hey, keep plugging, keep, you know, all those things that you don't think of outside of being an artist.
Right.
You know, you just go, I'm running around with my heart on my sleeve. No, you don't.
Right.
No, you don't.
Right.
And
That's what you need.
And that was the thing that's how I was.
Put your heart up.
Put
it back in your chest.
I mean, no, to wear obviously, but also to focus to how to all the intangibles of art, you know what I'm saying? The business side, man. Somebody I'll write a poem and show it to someone maybe like, yo, and start over. You know what I mean? So that's how I grew. When I mean grew up, that's how I grew up in poetry. You know what I'm saying? And if I didn't have that, I would have been thinking I was dope. And cats was like, you know, that was garbage. And getting up there because and I learned the most important thing is if you always write from your soul, you'll never fail. Amen. You always write from your soul, even if you're writing about a current situation or a current state of mind or current issue or anything like that. So long as you write from your soul, you'll never fail. They say that they're not